Welcome back to GearWire.com. I'm Bill Holland, and I'm here with Mr. Britton Weatherall, who I'm sure you all know, and Drew Krag.
Hello, hello.
And we're talking a little bit about amp modeling versus actually miking an amp, and why programs like GTR3 and Guitar Rig are becoming very popular, and whether or not those are necessarily things you want to use for professional recording. So I'm going to throw this to Drew, since you use Guitar Rig.
Yeah, I do.
Tell us a little bit about what you use it for and what you think of it
Actually,
overall.
I use it basically to save time in the studio. Like, I'm in the studio and I want to lay down a guitar track that I have an idea for the sound, but I don't really necessarily have the time to set up the amp that I want to get the sound with, the appropriate pedals, and deal with all that at the, and go into the other room and record it. I could just plug direct, open up Guitar Rig, and find the sound that's pretty close. Now, I use it for like scratch tracks, meaning I'll record it to get the sound in the song quickly, and then later I'm going to go back into it and record it right when I have the proper time. Now, my personal opinion about it is it's great for quick scratch track,
Right.
quickly finding the sound you want. And there's a lot of sounds in there, and you can actually customize, the exact effects you want, etc. But as far as I would never use it on the end result of a track. Like you were saying, professional uses.
Right.
I would, and in the end, I'd record it for real. I'd find the proper amp, get the right guitar, get all the effects, chain them up, get rid of the buzz, get everything going, and record it right. And
well, especially since you're doing like a lot of jazz, but you do other things too,
I do
right?
all sorts of stuff,
Okay.
really. But I mean, it's very nice. It's versatile. That's what I like about it. But at the same time, the last thing I want to hear when I plug in a guitar, and this goes with like USB guitars as well.
Right.
Last thing I want to hear when I plug in a guitar is a digital signal.
Of course.
You know what I mean? I can hear the difference between digital signal and a real analog, just real wave, and I much prefer the sound of that or vinyl or whatever. You know what I mean? The last thing I want to hear when I plug in a guitar and listen to the sound coming out is a digital signal. That's kind of harsh to the ear. So my own professional opinion is to use it for scratch tracks and for when you're on a time constraint, or if you record a track that sounds like crap and it needs help. That might be another solution, a way to use it in the studio. But for the most part, it's for scratch tracks. And it's on the right path, and maybe someday I'll change my mind. Digital is getting better and better and better. Of course, it'll always still be digital. So
right.
I'm kind of curious to see where it is in a few years. Give it another try. And
well, I mean, and even we were at AES a few weeks ago, and we saw the new version of GTR3, and that was pretty cool. That actually sounded really good.
Really?
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with that. And that's from, I believe that's from the Waves guys, right?
Yeah, it's a Waves program.